Okay, well, we're at that stage now where I'm about to put the battens on for the rest of the cladding. But before I do so, I've got to go around all the openings and tape them up so that they are watertight. Now, over the years, I've collected tape, which is a great thing. However, it doesn't all match. That doesn't matter. So long as it's watertight and proper flashing tape, it does the job. So I've used various ends of rolls to get the job done. And then I'm going to put the battens over the top of that and the windows in, or in this case, the ranch sliders, which you're looking at right now. We've got a door around the other side over there, which is just boarded up at the moment because I don't have a door for that yet. I may have to make something up there. And we've got a window around the back here, again with a couple of different types of flashing tape around it. That one's really overbuilt. That one, I've flashed it up big time. It is a east facing window, and that's where a lot of the weather comes from. Weather, you know, bad weather, strong winds and rain from that direction. So it's good to overbuild in situations like that. All right, so now we've got the battens on the outsides of the openings. Haven't done the whole wall yet, but we'll get around to that. But what I have done is, now that the battens are on, I've been able to measure a few things. So we've got the head flashings detail there, and we've got the reveal depths detail for our windows, because we've bought some second-hand windows and the depth of the reveal is too deep. So I'm going to cut them down now to the correct depth so that we can get them sitting nicely inside for the linings to go on inside. Okay, well, I'm here looking at the cavity strip again. The rodent strip, the cavity closer, whatever you like to call it. Coming all the way along the front of the house now to the battens that I'm installing. And haven't installed all of the battens, but I installed these two battens. And you'll see what I've done here is I've done a step down here so that this batten here can actually close off the cavity and no rodents can get up in here. Now look, what's this? Oh, I forgot to put my camera on time lapse. I was too focused on getting the doors and windows in. But there we have it. Barb and I this morning have installed the two ranch sliders. Do you want to open the door, Barb? Crossing the threshold.
That one's locked.
Oh, that one's locked. Okay. Let's try this one. Duke's already in there. Hey, Dukey Duke. Hello, buddy. Fist pump.
Very heavy.
Alright, well, I want to show you guys something. Well, this is our retaining wall made of tyres, and we're planting plants all in those there. Those flaxes will grow to around about 1 metre high and 1 metre in diameter. So they'll cover the tyres, but the tyres are being reused, which is awesome, isn't it? Instead of going into landfill and never disappearing, they're going to be in there and serving a purpose. Now, I've been working on the shower. The reason for this is because we only had this little bucket, which I think it was 75 litres or something like that. Now I've made this stand here, and we have 250 litres of water storage now. So currently we are using the water that's in this here, that's come from the roof, and hopefully by the time we've used that, this one here has had a bit of rain and filled up a little bit. It's going to take a while to fill that, I think. It's not a huge roof on this shower area, but she rains here, so she really rains. Should fill up relatively well. All right, do you want the good news or the bad news? Well, the good news is that one of my mates contacted me and reminded me that I hadn't done something when I was building this back wall here. The bad news is I have to rip it all off because I have forgotten a key element in placing this iron on the battens. The batten here, which I have in detail showed you, the castellated batten, it's correct batten and everything like that, except iron against H3 timber can have a reaction and cause corrosion. So I need to protect the iron from that timber by running some damp proof course along each one of those battens. to stop that reaction from happening. So here we go. I'm going to have to start pulling it off and replace, or not replace, but add in that damp proof course, the DPC paper. Let's get into that. Well, that wasn't so bad, getting it off. So now, what I was talking about before, this is the damp proof course, the DPC, and that is going to go along the face of this batten, all of the battens, so that the metal is not touching the treated H3 timber, and therefore no reaction will be caused. So let's get into that. Okay, so as you can see now, all the battens have a face on them, which is a damp-proof course to stop that reaction between the tantalization of the timber and the tin that's going on the wall. So, I must thank Nathan for sending me that text and saying, hey, don't think you put any damp-proof course on there. Just completely forgot, didn't I? The rest of the cabin is not having tin against the battens. It's going to be timber against the battens, so you'll see that coming up soon. That timber's being delivered tomorrow morning, that sheet, and yeah, we'll be putting all those battens on later on this afternoon to get ready for that rest of the cladding that's going on the cabin tomorrow. Yeah, thanks Nathan. When the text came through, as soon as I saw the start of the text, I had that sinking feeling. I knew immediately that, oh no, I have to take all that iron back off. Hasn't taken that long really. Faster for you guys because it's on time lapse, but better to feel at ease for later on in years, knowing that it's been done correctly, rather than wondering whether that corrosion's happening and you can't see it. It's going to be a lot easier putting the sheets back on because all the holes are already there. And I've put them in an order in such a way that I can just put exactly the same ones in exactly the same place. So it'll go extra fast, especially since you're watching time lapse. Alright, well, you get the idea. I haven't screwed off the tops. You can see them still sticking out a bit up there. But essentially, I've fixed my cock up. I'll feel way better about that in many years to come when the corrosion doesn't set in. So once again, Nathan, thanks very much. Nathan from Tailored Spaces. He's a draftsman architect. Does very good drawings if anyone wants to look up Nathan from Tailored Spaces. He's in Dunedin. Time to sit down. That's a bit of a bugger, having to do that, but still, it's worth fixing. You know, it's terrible realizing later on that there's something wrong with a building that you're going to be living in. So I'm glad that we caught it now. I'm glad that Nathan saw that and told me before I'd finished even screwing it off or putting any of the flashings on, so that was really good. So got that all sorted now. The plans for this cabin was normally a direct fix, which is no cavity patterns in the wall that you saw there. Just direct fix the cladding to the timber, to the timber frames. However, I'm a fan of cavity because many years ago in the building industry in New Zealand we had major problems with leaky buildings, and the cavity was one of the solutions that helped resolve that leaky building syndrome that we had for many years, and it caused many headaches for councils and homeowners, etc., and builders. So the cavity is one of the systems that has created or helped ease that leaky building syndrome. So yeah, I really wanted to get that right, as I want to get the rest of it right as well. So if you see anything that I've done wrong, don't hesitate to comment and say something about it. There's many ways to do things in the building industry. There's many ways to solve problems. So not always my way is going to be the best way or the right way. So let's have a discussion about that, see what you think. If you see something, let's chat about it, and maybe I can explain why, or I can go, hey, no, I agree with you, I need to fix that.